This is a story about the best part-time job that I've ever had, and it was at a after-school club that was called So over the years I've had quite a few different jobs. I've worked at a supermarket, I've worked as a kitchen porter at a spa. But the best job that I've ever had was when I used to work as a play worker at an after-school club. So I had this job when I was doing my A-levels, and basically I would work for 3 hours a day after school. And the reason why I loved this job so much is because it basically just allowed me to be a kid for 3 hours a day. I would literally just mess around with the kids in any kind of stupid game they can come up with. There was this one game that we used to play which wasn't really a game at all. Basically, the really young kids, they used to get themselves stuck on the climbing frames on purpose, and then I'd have to go save them. This came about because one time a little girl was actually stuck and I did have to go save her, but I kind of made it a bit fun. So I kind of ran over there, saved her really dramatically, and she found this really funny. So this one little girl kept on getting stuck on purpose for me to save her. And after a while, the other kids started to notice this and also started getting stuck on purpose. It's a bit of a weird game. There was this other time when a few of the kids and I were doing some gardening and de-weeding. And when the kids had de-weeded the plants, they would put the dead weed into these little pots. And what they did is they then went around the whole after school club and they asked the kids, the staff, the parents if they wanted to buy some weed. Before working at the after school club, I actually worked at a supermarket and I absolutely hated it. I just found it so mind-numbingly boring, like stacking a shelf for 8 hours a day or more. It's just awful. Like, yeah, the pay was pretty good, but I was just so unhappy there that I really couldn't care less about the money. And honestly, quitting that job was probably one of the best decisions I've ever made. And that was probably actually the worst job I've ever had, the worst part-time job. So I don't actually work there anymore. I finished working there at the end of the school year. But one of my friends who actually does work at the after-school club, she told me about how the kids would go up to her and ask her where I was and when I was coming back. I do miss this job, to be honest.